Folks, we're going. This is live right now. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you guys, this is to everybody right here.
Here we go.
Everybody's got their footprints on this season. Every single one of you guys. And we're going to celebrate this victory, understanding that we got a lot of important baseball ahead. But right now, in this moment, everybody celebrate each other. Congratulations, you guys.
Here we go. Woo-hoo! Yes! Woo-hoo! We are world champ. We're going to postseason. Oh yeah! Whoa! Yes! Finally, we waited for this last year. Oh my gosh! Wine fight! Yes!
So there is the first, what they hope are many celebrations involving champagne and beer in a clubhouse. And if all things go according to plan in a perfect scenario,
this is the best.
The same thing tomorrow in the same clubhouse, winning the division.
I guess so. They'll do it.
Yes.
A funny one because that's not just going to be smelling like champagne, going over there. For me, like I said, you definitely celebrate. You appreciate after 162 that you're going to have another game. But like I said, right now it's just a game. It's not a series. I believe.
All right, we are going to the postseason.
I remember having a
if we win one more game,
everybody grab the glass.
If we win one more game right now,
you make a toast. You say that, and you're happy. You give hugs all around. Congratulations. All right, but work still needs to be done. Hopefully they know that. Maybe they celebrate a little bit. Hopefully it's not too long. But obviously it's a long season, and you're embracing that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, maybe they'll calm down a little bit here.
No doubt, getting to the postseason is a great accomplishment, and the Dodgers have done that. I think the year you're referring to, Nomar, was 2008, that we got to the same spot in Pittsburgh. We knew we were in. Joe Torre organized a toast. The entire team had a toast. It took us a few more days. I think we beat Colorado at the end, perhaps, or it was a different scenario at the very end to end up winning the division. So you got a shot at two of them, perhaps one today and perhaps another one tomorrow.
And it is worth celebrating when you consider what this team has gone through.
There's Kershaw right there.
In a lot of ways has been a struggle. They got up to such a bad start, and you had the Corey Seager injury going down for the year. You lose Justin Turner for the first 40 games of the season. So many things went wrong throughout the season, but they've been able to persevere through it, and here they are, game 161, and they're clinching a spot in the postseason for the 6th straight year.
There's no other season like the baseball season. There's no way to fool a baseball season if you've got players that aren't healthy, if you've got players that aren't talented enough, if you don't have enough depth, you are not going to end up celebrating anything. The baseball season tests everything. There's no way to fool it. There's no necessarily the quote Cinderella team, unquote, that you have sometimes in other sports. That does not happen in baseball. You get to this point in time, you have really put it out there, and you've had a lot of on the line, you've had a lot of different things you've had to fight through.
Well, the Dodgers got the win today over the San Francisco Giants. It was tied at 5 until Manny Machado came up with a huge triple off the wall in right field to give the Dodgers the lead for good. And this is why they traded for Manny Machado at the All-Star break. And right now, Manny Machado is inside the clubhouse with Alana Rizzo.
Manny, since coming over to the Dodgers, you've been looking for that moment in this uniform. How much would you say that today was that moment given in the lead?
Oh my God! His painting is sweating and drying
himself out. Scoring position. That point, CT doing his job early on. We fought to get to this position.
We're going to the postseason.
I got the opportunity to come up clutch for the team, and I'm just looking for a good pitch to drive and trying to get them in.
Guys, if you're a Dodgers fan, please post this comment right now, because we're going to the postseason. The whole way we're going to the World Series. Well, not yet.
Because it's not over yet. We're looking for the division.
What were you looking for in that spot, Manny?
Just trying to get a base hit. Trying to not do too much and just get the guy in from second base.
Doesn't matter if it's cold when you're going to the postseason.
Definitely.
At minimum, you guys are in that second wild card spot. You give yourself a chance.
Definitely. We fought to get here. We're going to keep fighting till the end. And, we have one goal, which is to win. So we're not going to stop fighting till we get that.
Just to feel good for a guy like Manny Machado, who was with a Baltimore Orioles team that is, I don't know how many games under 500 they are at this point, but having a historically bad season, he's traded over to this Dodgers team and getting a chance to play in the postseason once again.
It's a big day for Manny Machado and a lot of players that came over here at different points in their career, different points in this season. Manny Machado was brought here really to help lead this offense. This offense has been very strong, a lot of depth to it. But anytime you have a chance to add somebody of Machado's character and also ability, you have to take that chance. Good to see him get that big hit today. Everybody contributes, as Dave Roberts said in his opening comments when he got to the clubhouse. And Manny Machado had another one, big one today.
Yeah, when they got Manny Machado, it definitely gave this lineup a whole different look. And you saw that. And obviously, when you were getting a player like that, you also just saw us change. You saw a couple of guys there on a consistent basis. Him and Justin Turner.
It's 5 o'clock.
We said that even going into today. These guys are just kind of the heart of that.
And I think the Rockies are playing right now.
Every day. Everybody else seems to be platooning or switching or changing or being pinch hit for, but not those two guys. Those guys are the ones that are the staples right now in the lineup. And he came up big. I think he really picked up. He picked up this team when they were unable to execute. I mean, that 6th inning was huge. I thought there were some poor decisions in that inning as well, as far as bringing in guys, especially guys who are hot and who you put in at that situation. But he picked them up, and then they started rolling after that and put a bunch of runs on the board.
Another guy who came up big the last couple days in San Francisco, Kike Hernandez, back-to-back 3-hit games. He is standing by right now in the clubhouse with Alana.
Kike, you've been known as a Madison Bumgarner killer, but you're starting to be a giant killer once again.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
I didn't hear one word.
I'm sorry, stick to the way you fought back today. You're becoming a giant killer.
You know, these are big games, regardless of where we're playing. And you know, I talked a little bit about last night about the Wainwright quote, and you know, it's now or never. There's no tomorrow in these games, and yeah, it's fun.
You did come out with your hair on fire today. How much is that intensity important going into tomorrow's game? An opportunity to win your 6th straight division title.
Oh, it's huge. You know, we're celebrating a little bit today and getting to enjoy the moment for guys that haven't been here before. But you know, the goal is still the same. The goal is to win tomorrow, and hopefully, if they don't lose both games, then force a game on Monday. But you know, we still have the eye on the division, and you know, if we can't get it, then the Brewers it is. But you know, we're still focused on tomorrow, and we're gonna come back tomorrow in the same way that we play these two.
And I can appreciate the fact you guys want to celebrate another postseason berth. It's hard to get in, but this isn't the ultimate goal, is it not?
Yeah, it's fun. These occasions never get old, you know. They're truly special. They always feel like the first one sometimes. But have a little bit of fun today and come back tomorrow ready to play.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
There's Kike Hernandez, and Alana was calling him a giant killer, Ned. This is a guy the last couple days and really the last few weeks. If you go back to, I'd say maybe about August the 10th, he was hitting about 215. His batting average is over 250 now for the season. This is a guy who, yeah, he still likes to slug, but we're seeing him hitting a lot of line drives and becoming a singles hitter, a contact hitter at times, back-to-back days with 3 hits.
We're also seeing him become a September-October hitter, too. You think about last year's postseason, the 3 home runs in the pennant clinching game in Chicago. He's game for the moment, and I think he's waited his time, he's prepared, and he's waited for the opportunity to stand on the center stage. Doesn't matter how hot the lights are, doesn't matter what the circumstances are. He's come up big. He's come up big in this series. He's come up big the last few weeks, as you just pointed out. Also came up big last fall. So Kike Hernandez is one of those guys, he doesn't get a lot of headlines. There's bigger names on this team, but you have to have players that are game for the moment and can come up clutch when you got different situations like we had today.
I hope one thing he's taking, I hope he's learning from this, because obviously the way he's been playing, I mean, we're looking since August 26th. I mean, his last 27 games, batting .350, on-base percentage of over .430 coming into this game. So he's definitely made an impact, and we see down the end. What I mean by this is he recognizes that it's not the long ball, that he has so much talent. I've said that he is one of the most exciting players to watch on this Dodger ball club. He really is. When you have a guy who can play Gold Glove caliber defense in numerous positions, practically every single position other than pitcher and catcher, and go out there and get it done, and we've seen it and be a highlight reel. Now it's really about his offense, and his offense, he has the bat, he has the power. It's for him to recognize that he doesn't have to go for that big swing. I think for himself, he looks for that home run so much so he can play. The dude loves to play. He really does love to play, and he's always looking for that, where now, hey, listen, understand your role, just get to hits, you come up big, and he's picked them up lately.
a lot of transition in his game when you think about it. He had been traded twice before coming to the Dodgers in a very short period of time between Houston and Florida and then coming to L.A. And he was a utility guy. And he hit, low 200s, I think, the second year that he played and was hurt for a while. But now you start to see the advancement. And I agree, this kid can be a very good player. He's got great defensive abilities. He's got a calmness to him. He's got a good pulse, as they say, and he does know how to play the game. Talking to Andrew Friedman last year at Justin Turner's wedding, and he was talking about how much this kid has matured and how good he has gotten. And you start to see this, and you start to cobble it together for a full season. He could be one of the most valuable players on any team.
The celebration continues inside the Dodgers clubhouse at AT&T Park in San Francisco. They're going to the playoffs for a 6th consecutive year. Let's go back inside right now. Matt Kemp with Jerry Hairston Jr.
With Matt Kemp. Matt, long time coming. It's been a while for you. What does it feel like to get back to the postseason?
It feels good, man. This feels great. This is a great opportunity for us to redeem ourselves from last year. I wasn't a part of that, but hopefully we can keep playing good baseball the way we've been playing and get deep.
How proud are you of this team? Because in May, you guys
were
10 games below 500. A lot of people are written you off.
Say this, but if you guys don't remember I think I'm about to end the stream soon, so yeah, I might have to end this at 5.
Win tomorrow and see what Colorado does and go from there.
What's your mindset? You're talking about tonight. Colorado's playing the Nationals. You guys are going to celebrate tonight, but still have an eye on the division, correct?
Exactly. I mean, that's what we want. We want to win the division. And like we said, we'll take care of tomorrow, see what Colorado does. That's out of our hands, and go from there.
Let's get your Hermano right here.
I know, but I don't know how much longer I can use it, but I don't know when. I don't know when am I gonna end it, but once they finish this, then I'll probably cut it off.
What were you thinking that at bat? That was 2 strikes, but you were able to fight something off and then get a pitch you can
Who is a Dodgers fan? Anyone who's a Dodgers fan, please comment.
Never gets home though.
This guy is getting soaked, and this one.
Second base in whatever way.
What's it like playing with him? That's that loco. Loco. Baby, that's all I
call him. Oh my god.
CT does his job. Starts off the inning.
Go Warriors, yeah.
That's the key to this team, As long as I've been here, first guy gets on, we could battle, through the whole way. So he gets on base, finds a way with a short hop to get to second base, and then at that point, 0-2, 1-2 at that point. Just trying to, not do too much. The first 2 swings are from me, and then at that point, you're trying to just get that guy in as well as you can with a base hit. I'll
see if I can snap. I guess I see if I can try not to end it, so I could just hold it for a little. I could just show you guys for a little bit longer. Then we'll see.
But now you come to LA, a big responsibility on your shoulders. They asked you to be that star player, and you have come through. What does it feel like to get that big knock? Not just today, but been a part of big home runs and been a part of this ball club.
It's been awesome, man. Ever since I come over here, it's been amazing. I've learned a lot from this team. We've learned to battle, throughout whatever. Whenever we're down, we're never down. We always have that confidence in each other that we could pass the baton to one another, and when we could do that, you're in an elite club.
You're talking about learning from a couple guys. You got Matt Kemp, you got Chase Utley. What was it like?
Look at all of these beers.
Well, he made a big announcement back there. Somebody speaks perfect English. I think it's Kenta Maeda. Yeah, breaking news. But you play with guys like Chase Utley, guys that have won championships before, veteran guys like Matt Kemp. You said you learned something from that. What have you learned from those guys?
How to grind. They're grinders. They bring different parts of the game. Utley's a hustler. They're trying to hustle for everything. Run down the line. Try to go from first to second, from first to third, or from home to second, whatever way. When I hit those balls, I thought they were out. He was the first person to come up to me and tell me that I should have been on, I should have hustled a little better. So, you learn things from that. And then Matthew, obviously, has been a leader. He's been a great player, throughout his whole career. So, to have a hitter like that, a slugger that could teach you how to, drive in runs, how to hit runners in scoring position, kind of teach you the game a little bit, kind of slow it down when you get into those certain situations. It just you know, having guys like that around you just makes you a better player, makes you a better team, and you know, I'm very lucky to be a part of this.
Talk about the Dodger fan base. I got a chance to get out there in left center field.
Guys, it's
over
5 o'clock.
1,000 Dodger fans screaming, "Let's go Dodgers!" every inning. How about this Dodger fan?
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. I mean, today has been, you know, this whole journey since I came over here has been amazing. The fans have been always loyal to us. They've always been there. They've always given us the energy throughout the whole game. And whenever we're down, they come out there and they make us fight, you know. And whenever you have that like that today, you know, we're up, then down, then tied, and they came back every time. And, you know, they were still there giving us that energy, and when we needed them the most, they were there. So, you know, appreciate it. We do this for you guys. You know, we play baseball, you know, just to entertain all of you out there in LA, and, you know, hopefully we can just keep going. We got one more to go, and,
oh, boy.
It's cold.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, man, go celebrate your teammates. Guys, back to
Thanks for posting.
Seriously?
You're welcome.
Seriously.
That's right, Jay. Here, you know how it is when you're inside the clubhouse there, and it's great to see Matt Kemp enjoying this moment. This is a guy who was
oh
at dinner with
my
some
gosh,
friends during the offseason.
they're all soaked. We are world champions.
Said, you've been traded, and Matt says,
oh,
where
almost.
to? Says, well,
it's almost like World
you're not
Series
gonna believe
champs,
this,
but
you're going
not
back
yet.
to the Dodgers, and we didn't think that Matt Kemp would be on the team even in opening day. Some people didn't think even a spring training. Here he is. The last day or second to last day of September.
I recorded this for 16 minutes.
Returning to the postseason for the first time in a while.
Matt Kemp deserves a lot of credit, a lot of speculation. He would not be here, as you said, John, and he really had to work his way through it. He had a good spring. He came in best shape he's probably been in a long time, to his own admission, and continued to play well, continued to have an all-star first half, continued to exhibit leadership. I think when you have a second chance, I think you take advantage of it, and he knows that. Also, you're talking about somebody that was drafted by this organization, developed inside this organization, had a lot of good years here, on a lot of good teams here, a few LCS teams. Still had not been to the Classic. And he sits home last October, TV on, what does he see? He sees his former team playing a World Series. It's not a good feeling. He's going to do everything he can, obviously, this year to make sure that that feeling this time finds him in the middle of the TV set.
I always look at, we were asked the question before this show, or before the game today, was who was MVP of the season? You asked me about Justin Turner. And I said, well, Justin Turner I would give because of the second half. But the first half, there is no question. It was Matt Kemp. I mean, the Dodgers are in the position right now. The Dodgers are in the postseason for the 6th year in a row because Matt Kemp in his performance, all-star performance in the first half of the season, really carried them, was really the heart of this lineup with all the injuries that they have. We talked about Justin Turner being out, Corey Seager, and it looked like they were really going to struggle from an offensive side. But he's the one who is really coming up big, and it's good to be back in the Dodger uniform and see him celebrating again.
If you trade Matt Kemp and you have Justin Turner go out and you have Corey Seager miss almost the entire year, where is the offense coming from? You're sitting there for a few months till JT gets back, really put it together. But you're right. This kid really picked it up and really stabilized it. Stabilizer was a good force in the middle of that lineup.
Let's go back inside the clubhouse right now. Clayton Kershaw, who's used to celebrating like this, he's standing by with Alana Rizzo.
Clayton, this was a battle for you guys, but the team was resilient. The offense picking you up, the battle back and forth. How would you describe this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome to be a part of a team that picks you up like they did for me today. It's never good when you're a better hitter than you are a pitcher, but you know, just to
First Clayton Kershaw.
be part of this team, it's really cold. You know, having guys pick me up.
You always say you want it to burn.
Hey, no goggles, no goggles. That's why you let it burn. You never know you get to do it again. You just let it burn.
Is that important to you, because you never do know when you're going to be able to do this again?
Yeah, absolutely, no goggles. Michael Young taught me that a long time ago. You never know it's going to be your last one.
All right, we have a playoff message with the 10-6 with the 10-6 win over the Giants. The Dodgers clinch postseason berth for the 6th consecutive season. LA trails the Colorado Rockies by 0.5 games in the NL West. So let's see if we can still win. I'm gonna need you guys need to watch this. We need lots of views, lots of views. Like, I don't know, like 100 or 1,000. If you're a Dodgers fan, then here it is.
You never know. It's fun to have something to root for.
Same thing to be said about you guys. You're this team's ace tomorrow. Walker Buehler's a very good option for the game tomorrow. What do you think about him taking the hill?
Yeah, I'll never tell Walker how good he is because he already knows. But I I love Walker, and I love his compete. I love his competitiveness.
Walker's awesome.
And I hope, you know, I'm looking forward to him throwing tomorrow, and I have no doubt he's going to be just fine.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nomar, I remember when you were a veteran player in that Dodgers clubhouse, and Clayton Kershaw, I was in the clubhouse as well when you guys were celebrating. Kershaw wasn't even old enough to drink the champagne and beer yet when he was celebrating his first one of these in the Dodgers clubhouse. To hear him, how much he appreciates every one of these, and how Michael Young told him, you never know if this is going to come by again.
And you never take it for granted. And we've seen Clayton Kershaw do that his entire career. He hasn't taken it for granted. We know the impact he's made for the Dodgers. And yes, you're right. I remember his first year there, we told him you cannot drink.
Eye smashing lightning.
He didn't drink any of that alcohol. We were allowed to spray it on him, but he didn't drink it. Now he's allowing it to burn in his eyes, and he recognized that as well. So, no, you definitely enjoy it. I mean, like I said, you celebrate the accomplishment you have. And he talked about those 10 teams, right? There's 10 teams.
Wow, I record this for over 20 minutes.
10 teams that get to play one extra game. There's 8 teams that get to play an extra series, and that's what they're looking for, and they know that's their ultimate goal.
You read about it all the time with athletes that maybe their first year or two made it to a postseason or won a world championship even, and then 10 years go by, 15 years go by.
If you're hyped out of that, are you guys going excited that the Dodgers will win a postseason? Please post this.
No postseason appearances.
I hope we're going to win the World Series for this year.
So this is an important time, and as Michael Young taught Clayton Kershaw, you never know if it's coming back around. So understand it, precious, celebrate it, and let it burn.
Well, you know, if there is a party going on, Yasiel Puig's usually going to be in the middle of it, and he is right now standing by in the clubhouse with Jay Hare.
Here's Yasiel Puig.
Ricky, sí, ven acá, por favor. Habla inglés, sí. No.
Here's Yasiel Puig.
Right fielder, Yasiel Puig. Yasiel, another trip to the postseason. How's it feel? I feel cold right now. Está frío. Está muy frío. Who's that? Oh, Manny. 305. Wow, horse, baby. El ministro. No, I feel good. Another postseason now. One more game to go, and we're going to Milwaukee, Chicago, Colorado, no matter where. We're going to play the best baseball ever to get to the playoff and back to the World Series again.
How proud are you of your teammates?
We're going, that's right, we are going to win the World Series for this year.
Really had an incredible second half. Let's not worry, nobody worry about how we start, it's how you finish, you know? We start slow and finish strong. That's the best thing matter in life. And now we're going for postseason World Series because all Los Angeles waiting for this incredible championships. Everybody's waiting for 30 years, and I'm so happy to be in this team.
Well, let's talk about.
It's been 30 years since the Dodgers won the World Series since 1988, so now it's been 30 years, so it's a 30th anniversary. Everyone keep commenting like saying "Let's go Dodgers" or something, so that way they can win.
No, Mike can know that I'm very handsome than him, you know that? Asking that, Mike. He said that you're back in the team.
Since you're back in the team, I told him you're probably the best looking guy that is Manny Machado, and now he's probably 5th, 6th, or maybe 10th.
Even when I was gone, I was still the best looking guy in LA.
You know what? Maybe Mike can't get, but you never be handsome than me, never be going strong than me, because you have rock hard ass, baby. Rock hard ass. See? He ran away after he saw my abs. He ran away. Keep going.
Go enjoy your team. Guys, back to you.
Yes! Finally!
Always bringing it about, making it about himself somewhat. Oh, that's just funny stuff. But it was great to hear Yasiel Puig talk about the goals of this team to get back to the World Series again. Now, when you look at the National League as a whole, it doesn't really seem to have a true dominant team. It seems like everybody is somewhat on equal footing here. And if the Dodgers could just get into a division series, you got to like their chances as much as anybody in the National League.
I know the last couple of weeks have not gone as people would have liked, as making it as easy as possible. But I do think they are still the best team in the National League. I think they have the most depth, they have the most starting pitching, and they have the most depth when you come to position players and the most experience of anybody in the league. I think that all pays a dividend at the end. I think when you look at Chicago, they've got a lot of issues right now. End of their game is a little bit of an issue. Addison Russell, bit of an issue. You've got Milwaukee, young team, great bullpen, starting rotation. You got to see where that's at. Another young team. You go on and on. Colorado, a team that's may win their first division in the history of the franchise. When you haven't been there and you haven't really experienced it, and you have some depth, but not as much depth, and you're young and you have starting pitching that is young starting pitching like they have in Atlanta, that's a different dynamic than having veterans that have been through it. You have one bad inning in the postseason. You start out, you're a little jittery. That may cost you the series or at least that game. So everything gets refined. I think the Dodgers are in the best spot of any team in the league.
I also think they understand it. I mean, when you have the experience, I mean, we're talking about when they got David Freese over. Now, what does that mean for the Dodgers? We're going, you got a veteran guy who's been in this situation, it's postseason, that knows that, has a great pulse, and comes up big. Yeah, those are the guys you want. Yeah. And you have he's adding to other guys who have been there. I mean, this is a team, obviously, they went to Game 7 of the World Series last year, so they have some unfinished business. So even when you had that adversity early in the season, and you had those struggles, or you had that start that they had, they also still believed in each other and knew. I mean, Yasiel Puig, he's touched on that. He said, yes, it was bad, but we knew, we understand that. And that's through experience. That's also through leadership. That's all of the above and a cohesiveness. And as you mentioned, there is that depth. I mean, I know we say it, but I think we said it early. We said don't panic, but I think coming in and where they are right now, you see that depth come to fruition and paying off, and that's one of the biggest reasons why they're there now.
One guy who's going through this for the very first time, Max Muncy. Where would the Dodgers be without him? Right now, Max Muncy's with Alana inside the clubhouse.
They walk and Turner intentionally to get to you.
There's Justin Turner.
That moment to be able to break this one open a little bit
more.
Oh,
wait, I mean, I think it's Max Muncy.
Yeah, it was just
yeah, it is.
I don't really know. They just kind of, that's how the game played out, and I was able to take advantage of the situation, and it paid out for us.
It's fair to say that you are allowed to have a loss for words, Max, because you haven't really been in this situation before. Not even being on the opening day roster, and here you are, 33 home runs with a ridiculous opportunity to win a division title. What can you say about how this year has been?
It's been incredible. It's been a dream come true, and it's a great experience being able to be with these
so
guys and celebrate with them. And we're not done yet. We got a lot to go.
Are you done yet, Cody?
I'm not done yet. Are you done yet?
I'm not done yet.
They got it so wet.
So we're gonna do what we can to win.
Guys, if you guys didn't know, we have won 90 games. That's a freaking a lot.
Going back and forth, the fight in this team against the Giants.
That was a crazy game today, but it just goes to show that we can come back from anything. And I like our chances right now. We're feeling pretty good as a team.
How much will you guys watch the game tonight?
I'll be watching it.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Great stuff there. Still one game.
Woohoo! Yeah! That's what I call postseason. Are you guys ready for postseason? Well, let's get ready for next week on October 2nd. Maybe, or maybe next week. But right now, tomorrow is the last game of Dodgers versus Giants. So I'm going to end this live stream right now because this is I'm gonna have to end it right now. Okay? Yes, we are world champs. Oh yes, we could win this year. All right, guys. So that's my hilarious voice. So here's the last message. Let's go Dodgers!